You ever get disrespected so badly, so blatantly, that your body literally starts shaking? Not from fear, but from the rage bubbling just under your skin. That's exactly how I felt the day some so-called friends walked into my restaurant, looked me dead in the eyes, and dined and dashed like it was some kind of joke. But I got the last laugh. Because what they didn't realize is that I have their moms on Facebook. If you've ever dreamed of putting a petty little criminal in their place, or you believe in the power of karma and a good mom lecture, then hit that like button, subscribe, and buckle up. This isn't just a revenge story, it's a homegrown serving of justice. Let's rewind a bit. I was 22 at the time, working as a server at a mid-tier restaurant in a mid-sized city in Michigan. The kind of place where you don't exactly know everyone, but you definitely recognize faces. High school faces, people you went to middle school with, ex-friends of ex-friends, that weird guy from gym class, that kind of thing. Now here's something a lot of people don't know. When a group skips out on a bill, a dine and dash, some restaurants actually make the server pay for it. Like it's your fault for not stopping them. I wasn't even serving this table personally, but the guy who was, he was a close friend of mine. We'd close down together, split tips when things got weird, cover for each other on off days. And that night, I watched that friend take a financial punch to the gut, the setup. It started out like any other Thursday shift. I was just clocking in, scanning the crowd for potential problem tables like always. You do that instinctively when you've been in food service long enough. And then, there they were. A group of 4, laughing way too loud, taking selfies with their drinks. And yeah, I recognized them, not friends, not enemies. Just those kinds of people you'd nod at in the hallway in high school, then forget existed until they showed up years later like this. I made a mental note, avoid. Let someone else handle the headache. And I did. But about 45 minutes later, my friend, let's call him Chris, came flying into the kitchen, face pale, voice tight. "They left," he said. "Who?" I asked, already knowing. "That table by the window, the one with that girl who wore her sunglasses inside." Of course it was them. "They didn't even ask for the check," he muttered. "They just bounced." He looked like he wanted to scream, but he didn't. He just grabbed his card and headed to the back manager's office to take the hit. He was going to have to pay their $78 tab out of his own tips. Nearly an hour of work, gone. And that's when something snapped in me. I didn't even serve their table. I had no direct stake in the loss, but seeing Chris, who always covered shifts for people, always helped new servers, get screwed like that, it lit a fuse. Not just because of the money, but the audacity, the disrespect, like we were beneath them. So I did what any petty, justice-driven millennial would do. I opened Facebook. Now here's the thing. Our town might not be small, but the social web is tight. And I've gone to 3 different school districts in this area, so odds are I'm connected to someone who knows everyone. Bonus points, most of these dine and dashers, still friends with half their high school on Facebook. Still tagging their locations, still oversharing. Took me 5 minutes. First, I found the girl with the sunglasses. Then, I found 2 of the guys she was with. Then, I found their moms. You know how some people deactivate Facebook when they become adults? Yeah, not these moms. These were the Proud Boy mom types. The I post Bible verses and passive-aggressive PTA drama types. Exactly the kind of moms who do not mess around. The confrontation. I started small. I messaged the girl directly. "Hey, I know you dined and dashed at restaurant name tonight. That was my friend's table. You owe him $78. Come back and pay. Be decent. She read it, didn't reply. Left me unread. Bold move. So I waited 2 hours. Then I messaged her mom. Hi, Mrs. Last name. I wanted to let you know your daughter and her friends walked out on their bill at restaurant tonight. The server had to pay it out of pocket. I don't know if she told you, but I figured you'd want to know. And just like that, everything changed. The fallout. Within 30 minutes, I had 3 moms in my inbox, apologizing, embarrassed, mortified. One of them even said, "Thank you so much for telling me. I'm heading up there now." She drove to the restaurant and paid the bill herself, in cash, with a tip, and then made her son apologize, in person. I don't know if the others ever coughed up the cash. It was years ago. But honestly, that wasn't the point.
The point was watching my friend Chris's face go from slumped and tired to totally validated. The point was knowing they weren't getting away with it. And the icing on the cake? I've done this before. Turns out this wasn't the only time I tattled to a Dine and Dasher's mom. I've done it more than once. Same method. Facebook. Quiet message. Boom. Paid in full. There's a unique satisfaction in knowing you didn't yell, didn't scream, didn't cause a scene, and still won. That the people who thought they could pull a fast one on you ended up getting chewed out in their mom's minivan on the way to the restaurant they disrespected. Revenge doesn't always have to be loud. Sometimes it's a quiet message to the person who really has the power. And let me tell you, there is no force on earth more terrifying than a disappointed mother with a Facebook login. In the end, it wasn't about the $78. It was about respect, accountability, making sure people know there are consequences, even if they think no one's watching. So next time someone tries to pull a petty crime in plain sight, remember, you might not be able to stop them, but their mom can. If that revenge felt as satisfying to you as it did to me, smash that like button and hit subscribe. We've got plenty more stories just like this one. And tell me in the comments, what's the pettiest but most effective revenge you've ever witnessed? Because sometimes karma needs a little nudge.